This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. We are talking about what is the difference between subquery and correlation subquery. Okay, a query can be written in 50 ways, not only one way. There could be more than one way that we can apply. So, one of the interview question is that when should I use join? When should I use subquery or correlation subquery? So this is also one of the question you should understand. So if you want me to tell the direct answer, you can use joins if you need the data from all tables. For example, I need table 1, table 2. Table 1 has some columns, table 2 has some columns. I wanted to get few columns from table 1 as well as from table 2 in the select list. Clear? If that is the case, go in for joins because I need the data from table 1 comma table 2. But I wanted to see some kind of an existence check, or I wanted to find out some information from the table 2, and I don't want to display any data from the table 2. Only get some data based on that, and in table T1, display the data from table T1. If that is the case, go in for subqueries or correlation subqueries. In simple, if you don't want to, display any data from the another table, for example, you have T1, T2, something like this, you don't need any data to be displayed from table T2, but you wanted to use the table T2 and but don't want to display any data from table T2. If that is the case, go in for subqueries or correlation subqueries. But I need a table T1 and a table T2 and display the data from table T1 as well as from table T2. Then you should join, you should join for the, you should use the join there. Clear? So that is one thing always you remember. When should I use join? When should I use subqueries? What is the this one? If you wanted to display data from both tables, table 1 and table 2, then you can go in for joins. So that is the point you should understand. Clear? So people may ask you, when will I use joins? Okay. When will I use joins? That means the answer is display data from all tables. Clear? For example, you have T1 have column 1 comma column 2, and you have table 2 has some column 3 comma column 4, but I say select star from and display the data from all tables, or I wanted to display to C1 comma C2 comma C3 comma C4, or at least I'll say C1 and C3 and C4. So what is happening? I'm displaying the data from first table and displaying the data from second table as well. If that is the case, go in for what? Join. So you can say table 1 join table 2. This join could be either inner join or outer join. Clear? Because you want to display the data from all the tables. If that is the case, go in for what? You need to go in for join. Okay. I don't want to do that. So when should I go in for a subquery? Subquery means what I'm trying to do. I would like to display the data from first table itself. So select star from the table T1 and where you do some column 1 data and write a subquery here. Clear? So star or C3 from the table 2. So what is going on here? So we are not going to display any data from table T2. Clear? But we are using table T2, get some column and comparing and displaying the table 1 data. Clear? If that is the case, and go in for subqueries or correlation subqueries. This is very, very important thing. When should I go in for a join? When should I go in for a, subqueries and correlation subqueries? Clear? So sometimes you may use join and get the data. Sometimes you may use a subquery and or correlation subquery and get the data. Clear? So the simple answer is if I wanted to display data from all tables, clear? This is my query, then go in for join. And here I wanted to display the data only from one table, but not from another table. But I'm using another table only to do some kind of a condition check. Clear? And if that is the case, go in for subqueries and correlation subqueries. This is also one more important learning that you should have it. Now, yesterday we were talking about exist function, right? So what is this? It is a Boolean function. Function means you should have these two braces, right? Get date and all these queries function, is null function like that. Exist function. It is Boolean function, returns true or false. It is used to find existence of at least one matched data. It will become true at least when you get one row. It will become false when there is no row. Clear? So there is a requirement if employee table exists in the database, then drop it and create it. So this is what is the requirement. So how can we do these kind of a requirements? Let me tell you few more things here. So I'm talking about tables. Okay, so what are the tables we have? There are two types of tables. There are two types of tables. One is called system table. Okay, one is called system table. The next one is called user table. Okay, if you see any database, if you see any database, we have two types of tables are available. One is called a system table. System table means these tables are created by SQL Server itself or Oracle by itself, and it will store some data, and you will have lot of tables that you are going to create. These are called these are user tables. Clear? So tables are two types. What about data types? Databases, sorry. So databases also, we have two types of databases, right? One is called, always all of them are two types. One is called system databases and user databases, right? So what are the system databases? When you go to databases, you will be able to find system databases here. So when you open them, master, model, MSDB, TempDB, these are called system databases. What are they? So we know master, then model, and MSDB, and TempDB. These are the four databases are called system databases that you can have. And what are the user-defined databases? All of them, AdventureWorks, Amazon Data Warehouse, Company, Go Online Trainings, iBank, whatever you have, reporting server, all these are called as what? User databases that we can create in a given computer. Totally 32,767 databases we can have put together. System databases plus user defined databases put together in a given instance or a given computer, maximum we can create 32,767 databases. Clear? But you should know what are the system databases and what are the user defined databases. Like that, what are the tables? There are two types of tables. One is called system tables and user tables. So what are the user tables? Account master table, transaction master table in iBank database. Now what are the system tables? System tables are, we have a lot of tables. For example, there is a table called sys dot tables, system table, sys dot columns, and sys dot procedures. Okay, and sys dot triggers, and sys dot tables, columns. All these are called as a system tables. Clear? It always start with system. So what is the purpose for this table? For example, in a iBank database. Now I am pointing to iBank database. If somebody asks you, tell me, Bhaskar, all the tables which are there in iBank database. Clear? So I go, these are the tables I have. So they may ask me, tell me number of tables which are available in your iBank database. What I should do? I should open this and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this is not the way I should be able to count. But if I go to adventure database, so it will have a big number. You have lots of tables are available. See, the table list is very, very big. I should not be able to go and count 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Clear? So there is a table called system table. You can go to this and you can find out all the tables that you have created. Select star from sys.tables. Okay. So this table is going to be storing all this table information which is available in iBank database. Let me execute this. When I execute, now you see all the table names which are part of total 24 tables are available in your iBank database. Clear? R master, BR master, A master, U master, error logs, sys database diagram, T master. Lot of tables are available. So all these are the tables. Total 24 tables are available. But I wanted to find out in this. So you can say use adventure works. That's it. Only change this. Now execute both commands together. So totally you have 72 tables are available in your adventure works database. So, so what is the purpose of sys tables? So this is going to store all tables info in your given database. What is this table all about? This table is called as a system table, and the system table is going to be storing all the table information inside this. If I use iBank, so what is the meaning of this? The meaning is very, very simple. So I will be able to click on this and execute this. What is the meaning? So all the table information which is available in your, you know, database. For example, I wanted to know in America what are the companies are available. So how do you get all the companies from all the states? Will you go to each and every state and try counting the company names and everything? It will be very difficult. So how do you know number of companies which are available in America? What you do? You go to Government of America, and there is a registration somewhere. It's going to happen, right? Before you open the company, you need to submit your document saying that my company name is this. I'm the owner. So this is the address, and you need to go somewhere and register. The company will the America, the US government will approve your you know company. So then you can start your own company. So I wanted to know all the companies information in America. So what you go to each and every street and count, this is one company, this is second company? Do you do like that, or you go to Government of America, and wherever there is a registration office, wherever there is office to open a new company, you go to that office and find the complete information? So that is what we are doing. We are not going to go to iBank and say first one, second one, third one. We are not going to do like that. So what we do, all the table information is available in a separate table. The table is called as sys.tables. What is this? This is what is called a system table. Okay, this is what is called a system table. This table is going to be storing all table names and a table ID. Whenever you have a object name, so object means a table is an object which you can see is an object. iBank you can see, table you can see, and view you can see, programmability, stored processes, function you can see. Whatever you can see, that is an object. You can see me, so I'm an object. You can see a fan, you can see a room, you can see a road. So whatever you can see, that is an object. Clear? In simple language. So what are the database objects? That means database itself is an object, and table is an object, view is an object, Then you have a synonym, external sources. All these are objects, stored procedures. We can see, right? These are the stored procedures. These are the functions, triggers. What is a stored procedure? We'll see later. So all these are called as system objects. Clear? So table is also an object. Even database is also an object. So select star from sysdetables. What it's going to give you? It will give you all the table names. So I wanted to know how many tables are available in iBank database. If somebody asks me, so intelligently I write this query. How many tables? If you want to find out, take the same query, copy and paste it, and simply put count star. Counting number of rows, it is number of tables, right? Number of tables which are available. So in iBank database, because I'm pointing to iBank, if you need the complete list, so this is the completed tables, and you can also go and you can open one, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Error logs and everything is available, right? You can just count. So total number of tables which are available in the iBank database is 24. So instead of iBank, I wanted to know in AdventureWorks. Only go and change this first and execute this query. You should be able to get all the table names. Name is the table name. Object ID means what? Which is a primary key, right? So this is an object, right? They have given an object ID here. Clear? So what is this? Object ID means what? Which is a primary key. You have a employee ID, right? So you have a social security ID, passport ID. So every object will have a unique ID in your databases. Clear? Every table will have an ID. So this is a primary key. Automatic number will get created. And when the table is created, it is a user table. And a table creates a date, a table modified date. Lot of information is available. Just to go through this table if you wanted to go through. Clear, guys? So this is the table. So how many tables are available in AdventureWorks database? First you need to execute this command, then you will be able to execute this. You can get number of tables are 72. Am I clear? Like that, I wanted to know all columns in a database. So database has a lot of tables. Each table has a lot of columns. So all the columns are available. Select star from the sys dot columns. For example, I wanted to find I want to go to iBank database. Clear? So now these are the tables. So all the table has lot of columns, minimum one column, maximum lot of columns. So this is, this means this is the number for this table, right? And I wanted to know columns. So select star from sys dot columns means all tables. These are the column name. Clear? What is this object ID? Object ID means which tables columns are this. For example, I go this. This is object ID of account master table. What is object ID? Let me go account master. This is object ID. Copy with header. Copy with header means you will get the column name also. Copy with header. Then you write where clause and copy and paste it. So I wanted to know what are the columns of this object ID. This object ID means this is the one. You execute this first. You execute, you will be able to find out your table name. And what is the object ID? You can get. Say copy with header. Then you go, all columns are available of all tables. But I want to find out not all column names in a given database is this. Now let me copy this. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to get columns of account master table. Clear? If that is the case, you need to get the object ID and see what are the columns you have. You have account ID, name, address, branch ID, product ID, DOC balance, all these are available. Have you seen this? Now, one of the interview, What they told, can you count the number of rows in account master table? Select a count star from the table name. But they asked me question like this. Find out number of columns in account master table. So this is the question, not number of rows. Number of rows means select count star from the account master table. But they asked me find out number of columns. Okay, so you need to execute this. You need to execute this, but instead of a star, you must put count star. So this is the number of columns. So this is the query you should be able to execute. Clear? So total number of columns in this table, when you go and open, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is showing you 9 columns in the this table. So this is also one more interview question. How do you find out number of columns of a given table? So you will get confused. If they ask you number of rows, select count star from the table name. But number of columns, if you want to get it, first you need to go and identify the table name, right? For example, how many columns are available in branch BR table? Let me write a one subquery here. Okay, I write one subquery here. So first what I do, select star from the table name sys dot tables. Okay, sys dot table. So what I need a branch BR master only, where name is equivalent to, I want to find out the table name is called this table. So table name is called what? Which table? So this is the table I wanted to have it. Okay, so this is the table I would like to get it and get the complete information about this table. So it is this. And I don't need anything. I need only the object ID. Okay, I need what? Object ID. Object ID. So if you give the table name, you should be able to get the object ID. But you don't need object ID. You need what? So we need remaining column. So you need to write a subquery. Select star from sys dot columns. Okay, where object ID is equivalent to open the bracket and you close the bracket. So something like this. Now, which query will get executed? This query will get executed. This is going to give me, this is going to give me object ID, but I don't need object ID. I need the columns of that object. So BR master columns I wanted to have it. So this is a subquery I'm writing. So these are the columns are available. Now I have hard coded this value. Now instead of giving tomorrow, I'll go and drag and drop this table here. Okay, now I wanted to know what are the columns. So you need to remove this TBO and everything. Okay, you have to remove this everything and find out. Okay, you got to give the table name. Using the table name, what I'm getting the object ID. Clear? But you don't need object ID. You need object ID, and in the table, you wanted to find out the columns. So in this case, I'm using a subquery. Clear? I don't need any information from the table. Table name, I'm not displaying. I'm displaying what? Column names. Have you seen? I'm displaying the column names, but I'm using the table name to get the object ID. Clear? If I supply an account master, I will get object ID. I'm supplying the object ID, getting all columns of this. Clear? So this is a good example of, again, how to find out columns, how to find out table names and everything. Clear? So number of columns available in this table, you need to supply and put the count star. That's it. Number of columns are available. So this is how you should be able to write this. Clear? People would ask you, All these things you need to understand. Clear? Sometimes you know what, you will get a question. They will give you one column name because a lot of columns are available. All columns are available here, right? So they'll ask you check whether a status column available in or not. If available, in which table it exists. So you need to go and execute. There is a status column. So name equals to what status? You say where name is equivalent to status. Sometimes they don't know where this column available. You simply go here and find out where the status column is available. See now status column is available in object ID 3, object ID 5, and a lot of places. And status ID is available in this object. See, in many places the status is available. If you wanted to find out what is this object ID and find out this object ID, okay, go to copy and go to where the object ID is equivalent to this. Okay. Now you got some object ID, right? You just copy and paste it in the tables. You may be able to get some information. I think is available. So, but you can simply go and try one by one, or you can join this table and this table. Let me give one more, this one. For example, I wanted to know where the C balance column is available. First, you need to give the column name. Name means column name. You go, you're able to get C balance is available in these objects. Okay. So C balance is available these many objects. You can see, copy this and you can just go there. And what is this? So it is nothing. So it could be something else. So what is this? You can just copy this and you should be able to join. Or you should be able to take this and get this information and join this and this. Sometimes what we need to join sys dot columns and sys dot tables and give this information. So let me tell you, both of them can be joined like this. So I wanted to find out and C balance is from which table. So I'll say as a join, I wanted to take as B. So both of them are having a common column called object ID, right? So A dot object ID is equivalent to B dot object ID. I can join. After joining, I have a name. So if the problem is this is also having a name, right? This table is also having a name, and this table is also having a column called name. So this A means a column name. Okay. So it is saying what is this? This is A dot name. That means it is a column name equals to this. So what I need, I wanted to know B dot name is equals to table name, right? Table name, and A dot name is equivalent to as column name. You can write, so what is the table and what is the column you have, okay? So the C balance is available in a table called account master table. Clear? So like that, status column. So this is one query you should be able to have always in your pocket. So even as soon as you join the company, they will ask you, they'll give you one column, okay? They will give you column name, and you need to identify the table name. So they may have thousands of tables, right? And which table this column exists, in which table the column exists. So you need to go and execute this status column. Status column is available in account master. There is a U balance. U balance column is available in which table. Clear, guys? So you need not go to each and every table and identify this. This is the one. So I'm joining a column A. So this table and this table giving. So you can join this table first, this table later. Anything is fine. You can say, you can just rename whatever you wanted to rename, right? So this table here, you can have this there. Anything is fine. Okay. So anything is fine. If that is the case, This is A table itself is A table is now A table is having a table name. Now B table is having a column name. So this is a column name. It is having B. Okay. So these are the things that you need to modify. So A and B, what is A, what is B, you should know. So this is a table name. This is a column name. So this is a compulsory question and a daily routine activity. As soon as you join the company, they will ask you find out number of tables, they will ask you find out number of columns, they'll ask they'll give you one column, they'll ask you to find out this column exists where, is it exist in this table, that table. They, if they give you thousands of tables, it's very very difficult for you, and this is the query. Clear? So something like this. So one more interesting thing that they'll give you. See now. So we know concatenation and everything, right? So they will ask you whether employee table exists or not. So check EMP table, EMP table exists or not. Okay. So how do you know that? You simply go select star from the which table? Sys dot tables. If the table exists, for example, if you execute this table, you will get all the tables, right? So I wanted to know whether employee table exists or not. What I should write? I should say where name means table name is equals to employee. If the table exists, you will get one record, one row. If a table exists, for example, I wanted to know employee table exists or not. I wanted to give employee name and check whether this table exists. No record. Clear? So this table name is not available. So sometimes you will get this. If employee table exists in a database, then drop it and create it. If the table exists, so this is not there. If this table exists, so let me verify. If the table exists, it is existing. So what I do, I write some if condition. If exist and open the bracket and close the bracket. What is the meaning? The meaning is exist function will become true if you get at least one row. Okay. So you have at least one row is available. So this function will become true. Okay. There is if clause. If this is a programming. Okay. If and else is a programming. If this is a true, this is true means already true because you have this table. Or if I give EMPL, this table exists or not, when you execute, no rows. So exist function will become false. Clear? If this is becoming true, if this is becoming true, what they're saying, exist, then drop it. Drop means how do I drop it? I say drop table EMP. That is how we should drop it. So and drop it. Then what you do after dropping it? What you do? Then you go after dropping it. Then you create it. Create table employee, and you give the complete. The this one. So you give employee ID integer primary key. So this is how you should be able to do is primary key and EMP name or E name varchar 100. Clear? So like that, you should be able to create your own tables. But before that, if the table exists, so how do you check whether the table exists or not? So this is the query. Many times I am executing the scripts, two scripts. If the table exists, it will become true. If this become true means it will get executed. If there is no table exists, this will not, it will become false. It will become false means this will not get executed. Okay. So when I execute both of them, if this is a true means only this portion of the code will get executed. Otherwise, this portion will not get executed. This portion will not get executed. Only this portion will get executed. Clear? So if the table exists, then you drop it. Okay, this is the syntax. The table name should give. So sometimes if the database exists, so all database names, how do you get all database names? You need to say select star from sys.databases. Clear? So this is a system table which will keep you all the databases information. Now you see, You have a master model, MSDB, TempDB, reports our iBank database. So all the database tables across complete whole server, all the database names I wanted to get it. So this is the one. If the database exists, then drop it. So what I do, if exist, so people would ask you, if exist, then what you do? You drop it and you create. So then if I say if exist, so I know what is the database name I need to verify it for. So for example, where the name here also the database name is called name only. See the column name. So name is equivalent to school. If the school database exists, if the school database exists, what I say, drop database school. Go. Okay. If something exists, you must say you drop it. Now after dropping it, what you do? You're creating database. Then you say database name school. So a new database school will get created. If exist, you're going to be you're going to be doing this. Clear? If this is available, this database will get created. Otherwise, so this if it is there, this is going to be dropped. Okay, so this is what is very, very important. Sometimes if it is not there, then you create. For example, if I create, I will get this error. Already exists, then choose the different database name because it is already exists. So sometimes what we do, if not there means I'll try to write one more command. Okay, if not there, then you create. If the school database is not there, then we must create it. So how do you write this kind of a code? The code is very, very simple. We say if it is existing, we're dropping it. So what we say, if not exist, if it is not there, then what we do, we are going to be creating. So there is a, see, when you execute like this, you will get an error. Why? The database exists. So what is this information now? If it is not there, see, it is there already. Okay, if it is there, exist function will become true. True. Okay, so true and not. So true not means it will become false. Okay, when this becomes false, this will not get executed. This will not get executed. That means, so if this is a true, if the database, for example, so I say school one. If the school one database is not there, so when you execute this, when you execute, you don't get any data because this database is not there. So this will give you false. False not. False not means true. True means if is becoming true, true means this will get created. What is the database? It will get created. School one database will get created. So like that, if the database not exists, then you create. If the database exists, you drop it. So all these things you can easily do with the help of these queries. Clear? So sys.tables, sys.columns, sys.databases, sys.procedures. So I wanted to know all the tables. Okay, all the tables. I wanted to know all the columns. These are the columns. Clear? And I wanted to know all the whether column exists or not. That is also we had verified. I wanted to know all stored procedures, SPs. So what is a stored proc? You don't know, but slowly you will learn. So sys.procedures. What is a stored procedure? We'll discuss later. So all the stored procs are available in this. I wanted to know what are the triggers that the database has. Why triggers? Why not triggers? All these things we're going to be learning later. If you wanted to get what are the triggers, that you should be able to get it very, very easily. Clear? So many times you should be able to know what are the stored procedures we have, what are the triggers we have, what are the columns we have, what are the tables we have, everything you should be able to get it. Clear? And sometimes I'm writing a beautiful syntax. Now see this. Get all tables, right? Select star from sys dot table. Tables, not table. So when I execute all the table names, I can get it, right? I can get all the table names. But now I wanted to take a name. What is the name? Name means a table name. Okay, fine. This is my table name. Now what I do, I wanted to copy all tables, copy the tables data, and what I'm trying to do, all the table names I'm copying, I wanted to drop all the tables because, so what I do, I'll say drop table and a table name, copy this, and I would like to drop each and everything, nothing else. Okay. So if you wanted to drop all the tables, you need to drop like this. Get all the table names and copy and paste the syntax. This is a nonsense and useless. So what I'm trying to do, I go here. So if I say plus, plus means a concatenation symbol. If I say hi, what will happen? If I say hi, what will happen? Hi table name will come. Okay. Now hi table name come. So here I'm going to be writing like this. Drop table, then space. Now see beautifully what will happen. You will get a beautiful syntax. Now copy this, copy, you go there and now paste it. Now you see drop table account master, drop table, this one drop table. For example, I wanted to have this, drop this, execute this. I would like to execute this. I would like to execute this. Okay. I wanted to drop and execute all these tables. Clear? Drop this table and movie collections. Okay. So whatever the table, data driven subscription, drop this table. And I would like to drop this table. See, easily I'm able to drop a lot of tables, right? So this is a simple command I have given. I wanted to drop all the tables like this. Clear? My table, lot of tables I have dropped it. Now you go, now you see number of tables will get reduced. Clear? Now I wanted to use, I would like to read the data, select star from the table name. Now see, you can execute this kind of a commands easily. Now you go copy them, copy the data. Sorry, you go copy the data and paste it. Now you can see what is the data available. Now this is the data available in this table. This is the data available in this table. Now see, beautifully you can write these queries and simply execute them. Okay, movie collections, I have some data. So day one, day two. So customers, I have a table, some data. So I can execute one by one and see the data. We can create this kind of a queries as well. So we can get plus. I wanted to implement a where clause. So you can write after this where, you can have a column name and lot of other things. Okay, let me execute this. Now you will be able to see, now you will be able to get some space also there. Now you see this. Now the where clause you need to apply because R master, account master, after the where clause, whatever you want to write, you can write it, type it. For example, I will say where you can give your column name because you column name you only know where C balance is 10,000. Like that, if you wanted to execute, you can add this, but where is also available. So like that, you should be able to create a beautiful scripts. Okay. So this is the table name, and this is what is called a column name and everything. Am I clear? So we have system tables, we have system stored procedures, we have system databases, we have system columns. So a lot of things are available. So these tables are, you must know. Clear? So whenever they ask you if employee table exists in a database, then drop it and create it. What is the query? The query is if exists. If exists, then select star from sys.tables where name equal to employee. If it is there, then you say drop table name, go, and you must be able to create it. Guys, am I clear? So this is the one that you should know. So what are the system databases? I told you master, model, MSDB, tempdb. These are called four system databases, and you have lot of system tables also available. Sys dot tables, sys dot columns, sys dot triggers, sys dot stored procedures. Like lot of things are available, so you can use them and do wonderful things. Okay, how do you verify whether the given column exists in the database in the database or not? If exists, in which database it exists? So all these things you can identify very easily, and this is very important session. Any questions?
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I wanted to give you one interview question. You can answer this. Okay, the interview question is like this. So there is a uh, date of sales table, and the table name could be anything, some sales table, you can say like that, and date of sales and customer and what is the amount he paid. So Jan 12th, the sales happened by customer C1 and 1,000. Again, Jan, let us say 20 and 2020, customer number C2 came and he purchased 1,200 products. Clear? Then we have February, let us say 7th, new customer came in. So this customer, so let us customer 3 is purchased, let us say some 500 rupees or $500 products. And February, 10th or February 15th, one more customer came in. Okay, let us say that customer is called C1 and he purchased again some $300 product. Clear? Again, February 21st. Okay, so we got one more sales by customer number C4 and he purchased some 750 products. Clear? Again, March is started. March 2nd, new customer went in, customer number C5, and he purchased some this products. Let us say some 1500 rupees products. Again, March 22, again customer number C6 went there and he purchased. Clear? And product number 8000. Product worth 8000. Again, March 25th. Okay. And customer number, C4 went and he purchased product number, products worth 7000. Clear? And this is the table I have it. Now the question is, interestingly, they have asked, mm, they wanted to know customer, month number and new customers they wanted to get it. Number of new customers month wise. That is the question. The question is beautifully they have asked. What is that? So month wise, number of new customers. Clear? So that is the question. So let us take month means I want to talk January, February, then March. Clear? We have 3 months. Who are the new customers? Let me go and tell you. So in month one, C1 and C2, these are the new customers, right? So these are the new customers. Okay, C1 and C2 are the new customers. So we need to get in the month one, the list is two. Two people are new. But in the February, let me go. Who are the new customers? In February, C3 is the new customer, but C1 is the old customer only, right? Because old customer is from the January month itself. So we need to count C3 and C4 because C4 is not coming. In the February month, there are three people, C3, C1, C4, but new customer is C3 and C4. So you need to get count as two. Clear? So that's what you need to understand. In the March, what is happening? In the March, C5 and C6, okay, you may get C4 as well, or you may get C1 as well. So who are the new customers in this C5 and C6? Let me include one more value also. In March 26th, new customer, let us say C1 is also, or C2, purchase some 1200 products. Clear? If you see carefully, who are the new customers in March? March, C5 is the new customer, C6 is the new customer, but C4 is existing customer, C2 is existing customers. So again, you need to bring two. Clear? So this is what is the output like that till December. So the sales will be available till December, right? You can have some sample data and the table name, you can have a sales table. Okay. That's a table name is what? Sales table. So you can feed the data like this, your sample data, and try to, get. Okay. That's a table name is called sales table, data of sales, customer ID or a customer, and sales amount. So there is no question asked on the sales amount. They wanted to know who are the new customers that they have month wise. You need to give the data. Clear? So Jan, Feb, March, April, like that, you may be having a lot of data till December, and you should be able to get these things done. Am I clear? So write this question and answer and send it to me by tomorrow. So all these are tricky questions asked in the interview. They'll give you this table, they'll give you pen and paper, or they'll give you a marker. You go to the board, they'll give you 5-10 minutes of time. You need to think about the logic and write the logic. Clear? If you wanted to write it there, if you need to compulsorily practice, right? So you need to practice this kind of a tricky questions, and this is also very, very beautiful question asked. So try to do this, and tomorrow we'll discuss the answers. Am I clear? Thank you, guys. Any other question?